It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got Leighton Vander Esch. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Cowboys and the 49ers under the lights on Sunday night.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Play one, and Prescott to the air. And incomplete to open things up. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it's going to be second down. You look at this Niner defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top three in the NFL defending the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes so they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
This is taken at the 23. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Prescott to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 12 carries, 74 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him the number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Oh, able to avoid him. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down, here's Mitchell. Ooh, the juke. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Purdy from the gun. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he's going to take rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Here's the veteran. It's Ronald Jones. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The tackle by Eric Armstead. The Cowboys at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lamb will go in motion. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now Prescott. Now this one into the hands of Vaughn. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive in making plays.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Vaughn. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd down, Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll go with Jones. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ronald Jones, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles, maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them, I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
In motion right, Debo. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Taken down at the 42. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. Purdy. This is caught by Hilton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now on 1st down, it's Purdy. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 34-yard line.
Shotgun now with Purdy. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Purdy bootlegging it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
McCaffrey running up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Charles, a nice play there, wasting no time making his presence felt for this defense.
And you know, we heard the same conversation around the league. A lot of people were surprised that he was available.
That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Dallas offense set for this next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have.
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, Sometimes a thing of beauty.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And San Francisco gets set to go here. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Takes it to about the 37.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt.
In punt formation for the 49ers.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. So now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Here's Prescott. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw is Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Hard to believe Cooks is only 30 with all that he's accomplished. It's also hard to believe he's on his 5th NFL stop, now with Dallas. Changes of scenery work great for him. Every time he's moved, he's had 1,000 yards in his first season with his new team.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Prescott. Flushed out right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
This is taken at the 15. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful. You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the... And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded at the 43. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, 53 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play. Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives. So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say? Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. first down. Prescott, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A second down throw for Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on first and second down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Prescott to throw on fourth. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to go.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the visiting Bears who come in and get the victory on the road. Justin Fields, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there we say, so long, America, hello, England, as we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, a rematch of the second ever Super Bowl, Packers and Raiders from Las Vegas at 8:15 Eastern Time. These teams running through their final adjustments before they head out for the second half. Time for us to go back to Levi's Stadium as we'll hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Back to throw, Purdy. And the Cowboys As pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Purdy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Micah Parsons drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Off the option, it's Jones. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A running play, it's Dowdle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They run again with Dowdle. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On the ground with Vaughn. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Dak's going to keep it. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field, I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Play action, now Purdy. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge... He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Purdy from the gun. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fights loose. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
This 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. Now this one into the hands of Vaughn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Lance. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Vaughn on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 6. Here's Lance to throw it. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Let's go now. Ready?
Lance now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Javon Kinlaw. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Lance to throw on 2nd down here. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Purdy working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Purdy, big 4th down play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lance. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 10. And the Cowboy 1st down.
Yellow, blue. Stay.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And this is...
They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Oliver there on the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Ready.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Micah Parsons make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Purdy. That is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready?
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And it's third down.
Ready.
And Lance going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
First down, Cowboys.
Up the middle, Jones. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Set. Go.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
97.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Dallas, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.